Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and welcome back to another installment of our Tree Sculptor series. This is a particularly exciting one, because this is hands down the most requested tree I get in the comments. That's right, we're doing the Larch today, and this is a tree that I really like the way it came out, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start here with our base. Of course, you can use anything for a base. This is just for display purposes. Now for the trunk, we're going to start with a 1x1 nipple, bottle topper, whatever you want to call this piece, inkwell right in the middle there. And I'm actually using these Technic connectors. You can also do this with pin connectors or even just 1x1 round bricks. But I really like these for tree trunks because they have an amazing texture to them, which looks a lot more realistic. And we're just going to connect 5 of these together with Technic pins. The nice thing also about these Technic cross connections is they also hold the bar perfectly fine. So it'll fit right there on that inkwell piece. And there you can see that texture looks a lot better than just a round stack of bricks. So the next piece is where we're going to have the first connection for branches. And we're going to use these specific pieces. This one here, which is this 6-sided hexagonal piece, a 3-long bar, is going to go on first, and then a 1x1 round plate with open stud. We're going to put that plate on there, and then we're going to slide this down onto the bar, just like that. And then we're just going to repeat. Now keep in mind, you can make this tree bigger, smaller, shorter trunk, longer trunk, whatever works for your mock. I'm just giving you the basic outline here, and then you can run with it and do whatever you want. 2 more of these Technic connectors. And then the same thing here. Bar piece, hollow 1x1, hexagon piece. And one more time. 2 connectors, bar piece, hollowed stud, 6-sided piece. And then to top it off, we're going to take another hollowed stud. We're going to put it upside down, and then a candlestick right on top of that. And that's our tree trunk. Again, you can make it taller, shorter, whatever you want to do. We're also going to make sure our hexagons are alternating. So here we're going to see a stud. This one we should see the bar connection and stud connection. That way the leaves will not overlap in a way that they get in each other's way. There's our trunk. Now we can start with our greenery. Now the basic construction of the greenery is going to look like this. We're going to start with the small one, and we're going to hold it like this where the branches are pointing downward. Then we're going to take the large one and stick it to the back side, just like that. The next small one is also going to point downward, and it's going to go right on top, just to cover up a little bit of that. On the back, we're going to take one of these clip pieces. This is a bar with a clip in Reddish Brown. Be careful if you use these in other colors, because some of them are designed to have a little notch here to make them weaker. These are definitely much stronger when they have just the solid clip. We're going to put that in the middle there. And then these are just going to clip onto the bar side of these hexagonal pieces and then contact with the trunk, just like that. We're going to need 6 of these. Here's 5 more. And this will make up the first 2 layers of the tree. And there we go. The nice thing about the Larch, it's not a super full tree. It's very fine needles, and so having some air space through it is a good thing. You don't want it to look super, super solid. Something like my ultimate pine tree design is just really dense. This has a lot more air through it, so it looks a lot more like a finer leaf tree. For the top layer, we're just going to do it a little bit different. We're going to take a large piece and a small piece. We're just not going to put the one on top. Same thing with the clip through the back. And we're going to make 3 of these. Now I feel it helps to put the topper on first. The topper is just a stack of these 3 stem pieces, and I have 5 of them here. Start with them all aligned, and we're just going to put them on there where the open side lines up with the bar connection. And then we can take our 3 upper branches and stick them on there. And you'll see that they nest inside of that 3-branch, 3-stem piece. Once those are on, you can take the top and give it a little twist just to make it look a little more natural. And there we have our completed tree. You might need to move the branches around a little bit just to get them how you want them to look. But overall, I think it turned out pretty nice. Now let's look at some variations here. So if you want this tree to look a little bit fuller, maybe you don't want a larch, maybe more of like a Douglas fir, you can cover this in claw pieces. Now the claw piece is not the most common piece. And every time I say that on this channel, somebody goes, oh, they're super common. I have a ton of them. Well, there's a difference between having the piece and having a lot of it where it's usable. Now this piece is common, it's out there, but it's not something you find in large quantities very often. So ordering it can be tricky. And you might also say, I have those, and go and look and, oh, I have a dozen of them or 20 of them. And this build maybe takes 50 or 60. So they add up fast. When you're building trees, they really go through pieces quite quickly. But anyway, here you can see it's just a little fuller design. You can add as few or as many of these claws as you want, just to kind of fill out the tree and give it a little bit more density to it. I also did one in dark orange here to look like the tree is maybe transitioning to yellow or possibly dead. I added a few olive green hints in there as well, just to break it up a little bit. One thing LEGO needs to do is they need to make more color variations of these 3-stem pieces because there really isn't much. There's green, there's brown, sand green, which is kind of uncommon, white, which is kind of uncommon, and I think black. But they don't have dark orange or really any other colors that you might find useful for a tree like this. And of course, the last one we had to do is the gold, which I think turned out excellent. I did include a little bit of green in there, lime green, just to break it up, and a little bit of this light yellow, just to give it some highlights from the sun hitting it. And I think that turned out just excellent. I would have liked to have a different color topper, but that's really the best I could do without going to an alt brick. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys liked this tree. If you have any questions, please leave them below. As is typical for my Tree Sculptor series, I have a full parts list down below. And so go ahead, check it out. If you want to build one of these for yourself, it's a lot of fun. It's a very good looking tree, and I think you'll enjoy it in your cities and mocks. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'll do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.